Welcome to the final file of translation. And then it's over. Oh man, this is hard. This is surprisingly difficult for me because I've been working on this for so long, and it's basically taken over my life. It's really hard for me to do this, but I have to. I've actually entered into a Discord with Mr. Saunders, who has informed me that apparently there is an ability for them to make exceptions for the restrictions on passwords, which will be the last activity we do. Or not. We'll do it like when I get an answer back on how to settle this. I want to say things, but I know that will get me in trouble, so I'll just leave it at this. Haha! There we go. Man, I'm surprising that Saunders is as involved with this as he is. Like, that's passion, man. Like, he was in that conversation, he was like, he cared, you know, he cared. I'd be that kind of person. Like, I'm not gonna, I treat a lot of stuff like that, but if you actually genuinely came to me, I'd be like, no, I'm not gonna ditch stuff. I don't like leaving people with a bad flavor taste in their mouths. Oh, man. So, there's something interesting that comes up over the course of this. It's implied that we are system, because we only exist when the player arrives, and we only sort of leave when the player leaves, meaning that we are in some way that AI, which would be a very interesting take on the matter, because otherwise why wouldn't we be there for some of the parts? Man, Azumi's taking... God damn it. I'm gonna be... Oh, man. This is not a good time for this to be happening, for this whole ending thing to be happening. Oh, man. This is heavy. This is heavy for me as a person. Ooh. I think I'm like the only person who's like this. Goddamn, man. Also, I've worked some on the Ophinia date. Here are some details and things I've gotten up. I really want to write this out and actually do something with it. I need art assets. I don't know how to acquire them. I don't have the money to pay off Delilah. Or Dahlia. I keep... I'm sorry. But if I could get the art assets, I could cobble something together. Because I think I can make this work. I think I have enough of an idea to know how to make this mod work. At the very least, I can write down what I want her to say. Like, this is all you need, really. Is you need to know the variables. Sebastian's date's kind of important. For one simple reason. And that is that Sebro, kind of important about Sebastian's date is, Ophinia... The way I canonize Ophinia is she's Sebastian's adoptive sister. She's older than him. Gone with the wrong crowd. Did some pretty shady side stuff. but made a lot of money and decided, you know what, I'm done with life. I'm just gonna live out my life as a hedonist and just fucking lay back. Her parents ditched her. They just left one day, and they left her in a mountain village where it was cold and her house was freezing over, and she was just trying to make do. And then her teachers were like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you such a mangled child?" And they sent her off like, "Okay, we're not gonna keep you around because you're just gonna ruin everything. One of the sadness of your parents leaving." She was a quiet kid for a while. I think I have more details, but I forgot about most of them. It also helps establish 8 as a character, because don't forget, Ophinia and 8 share a lot in common. I think they had the same upbringing for the most part. In 8's case, 8 probably took it a bit different. She took it as like, I need to do something. I need to make the world better. I need to save people from this. Like 8 in the best timeline she creates actually does like try to help like innocents. Like if 8 and a Dean met, there'd be some understanding. But at the same time, I can imagine the Dean's kind of like, what the fuck are you doing with all this eugenic shit, man? What the hell? I just love the idea that it's just a shovel. Also, again, Anna's bad ending plays... I just love that. That is cool stuff. That is like cool deeds. That's a lot of work. Oh wow, how old is she? How old is she? Because she does actually have graying hair. Man, could you imagine? Like living through the same, like, 2-ish weeks for the rest of your life? Ooh. Wait a second, why would she age? Like, her aging implies that there are timelines where she jumps back. But if she kills herself, then wouldn't she naturally, like... That means there's even more going on, doesn't it? Damn. Couldn't she just go to a timeline where she hasn't gone back in time, explain everything, and then... Oh my god. Yeah, man, I go back to this and I feel there's so many problems with this. There's so many problems, and yet I love it, and yet I come back to it and I feel this strong emotional connection. Because the investigation thing that just stops existing for no reason, it just stops existing. You know that whole investigation thing you do in the first chapter? None of that. It's now just you, man. And that's the funky part, is when you really think about it, it's a lot more visual novel. It is a visual novel, and that's all it ever strives to be. It does those little side activities to break it up, but there's not enough variety to keep it up for, like, 10 playthroughs. And that's if you do it okay. The fact that that orb exists at all, to me, says that something fucked up. I think what Izumi gives you is the ability to time travel, but with the inclination of like, dude, you fucked the timeline up so massive. You're gonna end up in a timeline where there's only dragons in humanity's world, and you need to fix that shit. Or something like that. Oh yeah, she actually explains where she lives. The fact that... Let me just pull up the picture for this, because this is kind of a neat picture. This is a fucking prison for a dragon. Why do they have... What is it? I mean... That just feels goofy, considering the context under which this game exists. But yeah, Dragon Prison is pretty nice. Goddamn, Izumi, you live pretty spiffy. Wouldn't they have, like, a groundskeeper? Like, wouldn't someone figure this out? Where do you get food? There we go. So, I think I used the term... I think I used that term, Paul. Okay, I actually have a word for it. Yeah, this will do. I'll just cover my ass and use both terms. So next time, we're gonna have a chat with him. This is funky, but so, a lot of context I didn't have gets answered. So next time, we start digging in, what is system? Well, system is funkydelic.